I'm Tony Rosenfeld, contributing editor at Fine Cooking, and I'm going to be showing you how to grill roast today. The beauty of grill roasting is that it allows you to get the nice smoky flavor of the grill, but also the nice even cooking of an oven. The other aspect that's really wonderful about grill roasting is that it allows you to take on some of the larger cuts, things like a whole chicken or a beef tenderloin or a pork loin, which people generally only roast in the oven. The other nice thing about this technique is that you can do it either on a gas or charcoal grill, and I'm going to show you how to do both. Right now, we're going to be lighting up the gas grill, and we're going to set up a two-zone fire. To start with, though, we're going to get all of these burners to medium-low and let the grill preheat for about 15-20 minutes so it comes to temperature. So we've hit 450 on the gas grill here, so that's the perfect searing stage, and we're going to just open it up. I've already brushed down the grill grates, but I like hitting them with a little bit of oil. In addition to not sticking, it'll also provide some nice grill marks on the chicken. I'm going to flip this chicken skin side down right onto the grill. I'm going to let it lay flat. You can see we've butterflied it, which allows it to sit flat right on the grill grates. And I'm going to sear that for between 5 and 10 minutes. I'm going to be closing the lid because the heat isn't quite as intense on a gas grill, so I like making sure to keep that heat in. So we've been searing this bird for about 10 minutes or so. If I look underneath, I can see that I've got some nice color here. It hasn't burned, both of which are good. I'm going to pop this right off into the middle of the grill, and I'm going to turn the center burner off. I've got 3 burners here, and so I'm going to make sure to turn the center one off, and that's going to create a nice cool zone over which the bird can cook during this roasting stage. If you did happen to have a gas grill that only has 2 zones of fire, what you want to do is turn the back burner off and keep the front burner at medium-low. So you'll still have that kind of cool zone in back where the bird can cook, and the front zone will stay hot and keep that nice convection heat inside of the grill. I am going to first, before I close up and let it do some roasting, I'm going to want to hit it with the honey glaze. And you can be pretty generous about this because right now it's over this cool zone and it's not really going to be worried about flare-ups or any of that sort of thing. So I'm just going to cover the bird almost completely with this honey glaze. I'm going to cover up the grill, and I'm going to be checking it every 5 minutes or so just to make sure that it's not burning. So you can see right now we're coasting along at about 350, and that's just the perfect roasting temperature. Every 5 minutes or so, I'm going to want to check on this bird and see how it's doing. That gives me a chance to make sure that it's not burning. The other thing, we can keep on hitting it with this glaze. I'm going to have to look and make sure that the chicken has gotten to about 165 in the breast meat. It's going to take a total of about 25 to 30 minutes during that roasting stage to get it there. You can see that it's kind of becoming mahogany brown, that nice glaze. Without burning, it's got a nice crisp color. And you can see we've hit 165 right on the dot. I'll make sure to check one of the legs and make sure that they're somewhere in between 165 and 170, which they are. It just hit 170. So this bird's ready to come off the grill. You'll notice that on the gas grill, these birds they cook really evenly. It's because of the nice even heat. We'll get ready to take that to the table and finish it with the remaining glaze. So right here we have this chimney starter, and I've loaded it up with charcoal briquettes. I like the briquettes because they have a tendency to hold their heat for a little bit longer. As much as I like hardwood charcoal, it has a tendency to cook really hot and then fizzle out. What's nice about this charcoal chimney is that you don't have to use lighter fluid, so you don't impart any kinds of flavors. Once the paper gets lit, you can kind of walk away, and in about 15 minutes, you should have the coals nice and hot. So right now, to create this two-zone fire, I'm going to want to take most of the charcoal and pour it on one half of the grill. You can have a couple sparse coals on the other side, but the trick really is to have a searing zone and then have a cooler zone as well. And that cool zone is going to be mostly free of any charcoal. These coals are good and hot while they are. I want to make sure to get the grill on there, be able to cook off any debris that's stuck to the grill from my last grilling expedition. I'll also want to get an oven thermometer and take a check of how hot the grill is right now. Make sure that we're right around 450 degrees, which is a perfect searing stage for that chicken. We're at 450. I'm going to grab the chicken and I'm going to put it skin side down on the hot zone of the fire. We're going to hold it here for between 5 and 10 minutes so that we can get some nice grill marks and the skin can start to crisp up. So right now we are starting to get some flare up. Some of that fat is cooking right down over the grill. What you can do is just wait for them to kind of cool down a little bit and just move it right to that cool zone and wait till the flare up dies down. Once those cool down, I will take it back. We've been searing this bird for about 10 minutes or so. I can look underneath and see that we've got some nice color, some nice browning without necessarily being burnt. And I think what we're going to want to do now is flip it. You can see this is the hot zone right now. I'm going to move it over to the cool zone where there's just a couple pieces of charcoal, but on the whole, it's relatively cool. Before covering up the grill and doing that roasting stage, I just want to hit it with some of this sweet honey glaze. Because this is a charcoal fire and the heat can be slightly unpredictable, you're going to want to make sure to keep checking and make sure to have the vents open so that all that smoke doesn't stay trapped in there. It's going to take a total of about 25 to 30 minutes during that roasting stage.